ask guys, me stuck in Mexico and me I try to get out myself out of Mexico, guys. Guys, me don't understand no guys, me a travel around on one side. Murder, me don't understand no. Oh Jesus Christ, me don't know what even talk to me, don't know what them talk say. Me don't know if you eat me can't their food, Lord God Almighty, God you see Shaki and oh God Almighty, Lord God Almighty.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about a situation that has attracted a serious attention involving Jamaicans in Mexico and the reports of a sudden deportation. Let's watch the video and I will come back with a lot of comments, and all credits go to the original podcast of this video. Let's watch the video and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
I don't understand no guys, me a travel around on one side. Murder, me don't understand no. Oh Jesus Christ, me don't know what even talk to me, don't know what them talk say. Me don't know if you eat me can't their food, Lord God Almighty, God you see Shaki and oh God Almighty, Lord God Almighty.
Has become tedious, especially for us Jamaicans. If you have a trip to Mexico, an upcoming trip, or you have been to Mexico, you know what I'm talking about. Right now, they would prefer if you have a US or Canadian visa to show when you're coming to their country. It's best when you have a US or Canadian visa. A lot of Jamaicans that go to Mexico, they go there with the intention of going to the other side, right? So they have made it very hard for us persons who just want a vacation and just to enjoy Mexico. So my persons who have upcoming trips, I would suggest that you really and truly dot all your I's, cross all your T's, because they will be questioning you. They will detain you if they feel like they don't have enough information and send you right back to Jamaica. I normally tell my clients, always have a printout of your documents. The documents you need is to show that you are the person staying at the resort. You show that you made payment in full, your flight back home. And so how things sit right now, I normally tell my clients to even walk with a job letter. If you have a marriage certificate, walk with that as well, just to show them that you have ties to your home country and you have no intention of running off or crossing the border. Really is sticky on us Jamaicans, and we all know the reason why. So if you're planning your trip there, have everything printed out. Don't leave it on your phone, because sometimes they take your phone and they search your phone. And sometimes as well, the airport Wi-Fi is not working. So have the documents printed and ready for them when you get there. Because once they see a Jamaican passport, it's an immediate red flag for them. They automatically assume this person is here to cross the border. So we really have to prove to them and show them the proof, or else they're going to detain you and they are treating you like a regular criminal. You're locked up with actual criminals in their detaining center. The persons who have been to Mexico and have been detained, they can attest to this. It's not pretty. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's not pretty. So if you're traveling there soon, dot your I's, cross your T's. Have all the necessary documents, have all the documents to prove
going forward, because me I stumble upon more than one video where Jamaicans come out and I share them story how them get detained in a Mexico, and every contract or every document where them serve them are in a Spanish and them not have access to a translator, right? And them just want them to go ahead and sign the document them.
If you plan to travel to Central America, any country in Central America, this is for you. Just a little heads up, I've been noticing and seeing videos all around of persons being turned back, especially in Mexico, as Jamaicans, because you don't have a US or Canadian issued visa. And we all know what happens when person goes to Mexico. Sometimes they use a
Guys,
I said Tiki. You hear me, Tiki?
yeah.
Me that ask you say, then give you 4 days in the country, right? And say them give you 2 days and you feel leave Friday. When you leave, Monday, Wednesday or Thursday.
Then give me yesterday for leave. So me then I plan say, you what then? Like how then give me yesterday for leave, me no want to go dirty up myself in the country, so me I go run back yesterday and left, I go there, I go book a look out Airbnb or hotel town for 2 weeks, work me TikTok, and see if me can catch man at night time and make up the money.
One migrant from Jamaica who says he's been here for several days. Take a listen.
We are here. We've been here 3 days already. It's difficult because we don't have anything to eat. We haven't taken any baths, and it's very hot and it's very cold in the night. Just want to go to the US to get a work, to change my life and live a good life.
We are very concerned by the reports we've been hearing of in social media, and for more than one reason. In 2023, the ministry advised that a more restrictive approach was being taken by Mexico and other Central American authorities to reduce the misuse of their borders to enter the United States of America illegally. The government therefore then strongly urged Jamaicans not to misuse particular borders for the purpose of illegal immigration and warned that it was quite possible that lawful travelers would start to be negatively impacted. That is, they could ultimately be negatively impacted. While the Jamaican government always stands ready to defend and protect the rights of our citizens overseas, we regret to remind that we cannot insist that any state allow any non-citizen to enter that state. No citizen has a right to enter another country other than their own. So we therefore can only work to prevent the contravention of basic rights, of human rights, particularly in terms of unlawful detention or mistreatment. And so we're reminding and calling on Jamaicans to inform themselves about the rules and laws of countries that they visit, the requirements to travel. As part of good travel planning, Jamaicans should assess their destinations on various indicators. They should look at whether it is that there are new immigration practices that cause issues. We understand that the Mexican embassy is sending out a reminder of the requirements to enter their country. It still is visa-free for Jamaicans, and therefore we still have the opportunity to travel there. But there is clearly high risk at this point in time. And while we continue to engage and investigate what is happening and encourage formal reports where individuals feel that their human rights have been contravened, then we advise caution in their travel decisions to Mexico.
If you have an upcoming trip to Mexico or you're planning to visit Mexico, step to the front. Have you heard about the new border updates? They were ordered not to accept anybody who doesn't have a valid Canadian or US visa. So if you don't say you don't have the visa, stay out. If you visit Mexico already, it's a 30% chance of you entering. The border update was not written to everyone, and they have all rights to either deny or approve us at the border. First time entering Mexico wasn't so bad, asked a few local questions, stamp my passport, and go about business. They spend about 1 hour in the line. The second time, them asked me for the required documents, returning flight, reservation, itinerary. That's it, stamp me, go on. The third time was horrible. Waited 3 hours at immigration just for approval. Most countries that give up to like 30 days to stay. Mexico not do that again. Show you what I got in my book. This was my first time entering Mexico in May. I was spending 4 days. They gave me 7 days period. This is my second time entering Mexico. I was spending 4 days, and you can see say a few weeks ago this. They were at the exact 4 days. If I had went over the 4 days, I would have to pay $1,000 per day, and I would be in problem. This is a few weeks later. This is my recent travel, and I'm spending 5 days in Mexico. Leaving the 19th, they wrote the exact 5 days. If I go over it, I'm in problem. And if you come Mexico already and get turned back, and you come back again, you go straight to detention and go on the next flight, and that's when there is a next flight.
If you're traveling to Mexico as a Jamaican and you do not have a US visa, the immigration process will be TD us. It's not normal. My plane landed after 5 and I left immigration after 8. I was standing in line for 3 hours. Immigration interrogated each and every person, especially Jamaicans, for a minimum of 30 minutes. Some persons got pulled from the line, their phones were taken away from them, and them carried them grown around part. When you get to the airport, the Wi-Fi is not free. Therefore, ensure that you're roaming and ensure that you have your data. I'm going to put you guys on an app. It's called Airalo. I can't pronounce the word. This is what I use when I'm traveling. It costs like $6 for a data plan. It gives you an eSave and you can use it for any country that you're traveling to internationally. Back to immigration. When you're at immigration, they want to see everything. They want to see where you're staying, when you're coming back, where you're going. Have all of that either on your phone or printed out, because they will be asking for it. And also, if they feel like they don't want to believe you, and half of the time, because you have a Jamaican passport, them don't believe you, they're going to leave you at that station, and they're going to say, they're going to call the hotel, and they're going to call the resort, and they're going to call this. Them left us there stand up for 30 minutes. What I did when I came to Mexico, I came to Cancun, and then I left to Cancun and spent a day in Tulum. Tulum? Expensive. To go to Tulum with the ADO bus, it's a $500 bus ride. It's 2 of us, so it was $500 for the 2 of us. That's like 30 US dollar. That was cheap because it's a 2-hour bus ride. So from Cancun to Tulum, it's a 2-hour bus ride. There is no Uber in Tulum, therefore you can't avoid the taxis. And the taxis, them, I charge you the same $500 for a 20-minute drive. But what you can do, when them tell you the money, do like you don't want it, like ball it down. If them tell you $500, tell them say $300 that you have, because them not left the 3 bills. And the prices I'm talking about is quoted in pesos. Tulum, let me tell you, the influencers lied to you. Tulum is a picture-taking destination. You are paying $20, $5, $10 to go into these museums, to these sites, just to take pictures. There's nothing else there. There are no cultural aspect. There's nothing else. There are just statues and museums and this just for take pictures. Nothing else. Just sun and the statue, nothing else. And I can see why the influencers glorify the location, because they make their Instagram look good, the pictures look good. However, it's just for that. You can't shop at Tulum. You cannot shop at Tulum. The food is reasonable. I don't have a problem with the food. I don't know if I call my love eat, me pay my money for food. But as it relates to taxes and the sites and shopping in Tulum, too expensive. Cut the show, take me off. So I spent a day in Tulum. I'm gonna come back to Cancun where them have Uber, and I can pay my $3 ride, go in and around town. And next tip, if your budget to come to a country is $1,000, don't walk with $1,000. Walk with $1,200, because anything can happen. Ensure that you have your data, ensure that you have your translator, and just be careful. And with that said, I hope nothing I said discouraged anybody from going to any location, because guess what? Nothing could have stopped me from coming and come and going more and come. I am just giving you guys the information that I was not given. I'm just preparing you guys the way I was not prepared. Anyways, thank you for watching my 6-minute long video. Big up on yourself and safe travels.
Be careful.
Let me ask you a question. Why people migrate from them country? I talk about Jamaica. Why people migrate from Jamaica? Me think say people migrate from Jamaica because they want a better life. And mainly, a better life really, for me, when you say you want things in life, is to not have to worry about where your next meal come from. To build the house you want to build. Drive the vehicle you want to drive. Have a certain amount of money in the bank account. At that, you know, you can get up and say, I'll travel, I'll take a trip. Whatever you feel for to eat that day, you go eat it because you can't afford it. So if you migrate from Jamaica, go overseas, and you get all of that, you accomplish all of that, and you move back to Jamaica, why people look upon you crazy? Or even if you left and you get all of that, and you get deported, and you go back to Jamaica, why people look upon you crazy? Wasn't that the purpose of leaving Jamaica in the first place? To accomplish all of that, then you can go back, go relax and put up your foot. You know the feeling when you have to get up and worry about you have to go up and nobody walk? You know the feeling you can't get up and you can't get up. It's like, yo, me make whatever I want for breakfast and get up, go walk, go check my friend them down the road and come back and just chill for the day and watch 2 movies. And you know that feeling there when you not have to go and nobody walk? So if you accomplish all of that, what the problem? Why you can't migrate back to your country? Why you can't move back to your country? I know everybody want to retire in a people country, you know. And some people, some country have better life to retire. You live better retiring there. And you're easier. Because for retire in America is not easy. So if you move back, what's the problem? Someone who tell me what's the problem, what's the purpose of leaving Jamaica? So why you stop looking at people crazy, man? You left for a reason and you get where you want and you go back to your yard. I know everybody want to live a foreign. But there's certain opportunity where will make you accomplish certain things faster and then you go back where you love. People, take on a trip, go home anytime here. Anytime you don't want to move back, go home. Anytime you don't get what you want and you want to go back on the yard. And that's the life they here. All when they are going with a bag of things down there, it's a more freer land here. Alright.
Jamaicans traveling from Jamaica to Mexico, me implore no brother. Be careful, ensure that all the information and everything is checked out down to the T. This is my 4th time here and this is my worst experience with immigration. They treat us like criminal. When I looked around me, there are 51 Jamaicans being detained. Just because. And then they're pretending as if they don't speak English. We were just having a conversation in English. So all of a sudden you don't speak English no more, mama. Like that don't make no sense to me, brother. You get me? And then even when you get out, if you get the chance to get out, they're going to search you again on the outside. And then they're going to set a person. Because this lady trailed me the entire time while I was waiting on the right to pick me up and taking my pictures. If I move left, they're left. If I move right, they're moving right. I have videos of her. You see me? I was driving on the road like 2 days in. Soldier stop you again and search you. Imagine getting strip search on the roadside. You know how embarrassing that is. You see me? So be careful. I don't know what changed and transpired recently in Mexico. But be careful. To the point where I was even asking the lady, because he mentioned about when I'm leaving and blah, blah, blah. I said, do I look like a border crossing type of person? I travel a lot. Do I look like somebody's going to jump a border with a valid US passport visa? To the point where I had to show her pictures of me being in Mexico the year before, and you get me? Like, I had to show proof. Like me say, oh, I'll go on over here, sir. So I tell you, just be careful, ensure all the information that you guys have checks out, and if you never go cross.
Hope you have watched that video. Now, for many people, hearing that Jamaicans nations could be removed from Mexico is shocking. Mexico has become an important route for many migrants from different parts of the world, including people from the Caribbean. But when immigration authorities determine that someone does not meet the requirements to remain in the country, deportation can become a very real possibility. So, what is behind this situation? Reports of Jamaicans facing deportation from Mexico has raised questions about immigration status, travel document, and the challenges migrants can face when they enter another country without having a clear legal pathway to remain there. For the people involving, this is not simply a story appearing on social media. Deportation can completely change someone's plan. A person may have traveled with hopes of finding opportunity, continuing the journey, and building a better future. Suddenly, being told that they have to leave can be extremely difficult. One important thing to understand is that immigration enforcement is not necessarily targeted at one nationality. Mexico, like many countries, has immigration law that apply to foreign nations. When authorities find that a person's migration status does not meet the country's requirements, they can take steps to remove that person. This is why documentation is extremely important. Before traveling internationally, people need to understand the visa requirements, entry conditions, length of stay, and rules that apply to their particular situation. Having a passport does not automatically give someone the right to live or work permanently in another country. For Jamaicans considering travel through Mexico, this situation is an important reminder to take extremely carefully. Mexico has also become part of the wider migration routes towards North America. Over the years, migrants from different countries have traveled through Mexico for different reasons. Some are looking for employment, others are seeking for better economic opportunities, while some are attempting to reach another destination. But migration routes can be unpredictable. A journey that began without hope can quickly become complicated because of migration policies, border enforcement, financial difficulties, or change in government procedures. And this is where Jamaicans community needs to pay attention. Anyone planning to travel should make sure they understand exactly what their legal status will be when they arrive. This should also avoid relying entirely on information from social media, friends, or people promising an easy journey. Immigration rules can change, and information that was correct several months ago may no longer be accurate. Another major issue is the emotional impact of deportation. Imagine leaving Jamaica believing that you are going to travel towards a better opportunity only to find yourself detained or ordered to return home. For families, the situation can be even more difficult. Some migrants may have spent many amount of money preparing for the journey. They may have sold property, borrowed money, or received financial support from relatives. If the journey ends in deportation, that investment can be lost. There can be also be embarrassment, disappointment, and pressure from family members who expected the journey to be succeed. But it is important not to immediately judge everyone involved. Every migration case is difficult. Some people may have violated immigration rules knowingly, while others may simply have misunderstood the requirements or received incorrect advice before traveling. That is why the details of each case matter. People should also be careful when sharing dramatic claims online. A headline can make a situation sound much bigger or different from what actually happened. The best approach is to look for verified information from Mexican immigration authorities, Jamaican diplomatic representatives, or other reliable sources before drawing conclusions. At the same time, this situation highlights a bigger conversation about migration from the Caribbean. Many Jamaicans and other Caribbean nations are looking for better opportunity outside their home countries. Traveling abroad can provide opportunities, but it is also comes with responsibility. Every country has laws, and the visitors are expected to follow them. If someone wants to work, study, or stay for an extended period, they need to make sure that they have the correct permission. And if someone is already facing an immigration problem, getting proper legal or other there is a assistance in much safer that depending on rumors on visual advice. For Jamaican nations facing difficulties abroad, contacting the Jamaican's diplomatic authorities and the relevant immigration authorities can be an important step. The bigger lesson here is simple: never travel without understanding the immigration rules of your destination. A journey can be exciting when everything goes according to plan, but immigration problem can be turn that journey into a very stressful experience. The reports involving Jamaicans in Mexico should be therefore encourage people to ask important questions before traveling. Do you have the correct documents? Do you understand how long you are legally allowed to stay? Are you allowed to work? If you are traveling to another country afterward, do you have the necessary permissions? And the most important, are you getting your information from trustworthy sources? This question can be huge different. For those who have already been affected, the situation is undoubtedly difficult. Deportation is not something most people plan for when they leave home. But understanding the law and seeking proper assistance can help people navigate this situation more safely. This story also reminds us that migration is much more complicated than what we see in a short video or a dramatic headline. Behind every immigration case are real people, real family, and real decisions. So, if you are in Jamaica or from another country and you are planning to travel through Mexico, take the time to understand the current immigration requirements before you leave. Don't rely on rumors. Don't trust people simply because they promise that everything will be easy. And don't assume that entering a country automatically means you stay there indefinitely. Make sure your documents are in order and seek visual information whenever possible. What do you think about the situation involving Jamaicans facing deportation from Mexico? Do you think travelers are getting enough information about immigration requirements before making this journey? Let me know your thoughts in comments. And if you found this discussion informative, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay connected for more stories and discussion. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.